What you're watching are the racing cars of Team Highball. Yes, it's a funny name. It's also one of the most successful road racing teams of all time. Team Highball came into being in the late 1960s when North Carolina native Amos Johnson decided he wanted to make racing and race car development his career. Unlike many Southern drivers who race the ovals of NASCAR, Johnson's dream was the challenge of road racing, uphill and down, with left and right turns. When the International Motorsports Association was formed in 1970, Team Highball was among the first to sign up. Since then, the names of Amos Johnson, co-driver Dennis Shaw, and Team Highball have become synonymous with competitive success, sportsmanship, and professionalism. One of the most famous race courses in the world is Daytona, and the 24 Hours of Daytona is among the most prestigious races in the world, ranking with Indianapolis and Le Mans. It's a night and day grueling 24-hour test of endurance.
Car 71 is a member of the smallest division, the GTU, but you are watching an historic performance. Amos Johnson is about to win his 4th straight GTU title in the 24 hours. No one has ever done that. They have dominated the race. There was one tiny hole in the dike, a blown clutch. Team members Dan Robson and Evan Whittles got in there, burned their fingers, changed the clutch, got Johnson back on the racetrack without losing the lead. We nominate them for our Mac Tools Behind the Scenes Award. Bob Aiken is with me, and Bob, when that championship is in the bag, or that victory is in the bag, everybody on pit road's going to love it.
Absolutely, Dave. Amos is one of the most popular guys in IMSA racing, and I think he started before I did. From Raleigh, North Carolina, Dennis Shaw builds his engines. It's a great family organization, and they deserve every bit of credit that we can give them.
They are the whole story in GTU.
Amos Johnson is going after his 4th straight victory, disproving the myth that nice guys finish last.
In this year's 24 Hours, North Carolina's Amos Johnson could become the first driver in history to score 4 straight Daytona victories in his GTU class Mazda. He has plenty of people pulling for him because Amos Johnson and wife Bunny are considered 2 of the class people in IMSA racing.
There was an incident I think everybody remembers from Mid-Ohio about 3 years ago when one of the competitors had a crash, and he had to be kept in the hospital overnight. Bunny and Amos collected all the guys' stuff, put it on their trailer, and made sure that car got home. And boy, that typifies their attitude towards this thing. They care a lot about the whole sport, not just their own self-interest.
It's to all of our benefits to have the best racing possible. If it means giving your competitor a hand to get his car on the track, to make his car competitive, it's going to make a better show, and in the end, we all benefit from it. So if you look at it from that standpoint, I want every car out there to run a good competitive race, and then I'll just take my chances at trying to come out on top.
Okay, we're here with the GTU winners. Amos Johnson. Amos, you never stop winning. Congratulations, and when did you first come here?
Well, Chris, I first ran the 24-hour race, I think, in 1970 in a Fiat 124, and we won class then.
Well, you did a great job. How did your co-drivers help you today?
Well, Dennis Shaw brought the thing home. It wasn't running so good the last half an hour of the race, but he kicked it on in. I don't know if he was more nervous than I was, me standing on the side and him trying to make sure it got to the finish line.
How many straight is this now, Amos?
This is 4 straight in GTU.
There you go. Congratulations. I got to find out here from Dennis Shaw and Bob Lazier. How tough is carrying the old man?
Oh, he's pretty tough. I tell you what, he's the one that leads us all, and we have to keep up with him most of the time.
Bob, you've seen it all, been in Indianapolis and other kind of racing. What kind of a day was it for you, and how tough?
It was a wonderful day. It was a tough day for me, but I'll tell you, this crew and these people are the most wonderful people in the world. They make me feel like I'm at home and like I've been with them forever. It's really great.
Well, that's great. Congratulations to you all.
Unlike an endurance race such as Daytona, the sprint race is wheel-to-wheel action with only 45 minutes to get from the drop of the green flag to the checkered before your competition. An example is the spring street fight through downtown Miami, the Miami Grand Prix.
They go by and look at Amos Johnson go into second. Sensational move right up the inside. Used the very great stability of that car. It's a proven car to grab second place.
In its last outing, Amos Johnson's GTU Mazda won the 24 Hours of Daytona for the 4th year in a row. Now Amos has made some changes in this car, notably the tires. The hard Daytona rubber replaced by tires that he'll wear down to the cord in just 40 minutes in this race. The transmission has been replaced. That long-legged Daytona gearbox gone in favor of a closer ratio 5-speed to provide maximum acceleration off of each of this track's 12 turns. And the power plant, yes indeed. For Daytona, you want an endurance model. For Miami, you want speed and brute horsepower. That's the Daytona qualifying engine right there. The engine that sat on the pole for the 24 hours. A couple of months ago, Amos Johnson was an endurance racer, and so was this car. Now, they're Miami street fighters.
Amos Johnson from Raleigh, North Carolina is the all-time points leader in IMSA Camel GT racing. He's been doing it for 15, 17 years, 4 Daytona 24 hours victories. There's no more experienced driver.
Amos, brilliant move on the first lap when you put this car out in front.
Well, we had tried some tests in practice to see what sort of acceleration we had right there, and I knew I could get into this first turn deeper than most of the cars. So we wanted to try and split the two Berettas so they couldn't get together and do a team job on us. So I went for it.
One of the truly great champions of IMSA, second today, Amos Johnson.
The International Motorsports Association began its existence with small sedan racing, and so did Team Highball. The International Sedan Series remains some of the closest and most exciting racing you'll see. These small factory sedans are only slightly modified and race on the same road courses as the more powerful GT cars.
Looking through the record book for international sedans is sort of like looking through an Amos Johnson scrapbook. He holds records for the most starts, the most top 5 finishes, the most top 10 finishes, the most finishes on the lead lap. He is tied for second on the all-time win list, and he has 2 of the 10 closest victories ever recorded in the series. So why does he keep coming back? Well, Johnson says it's simple.
It's very good competition out there, and any good race driver enjoys the competition. Whether you win or lose, it's the competition that counts.
Team Highball is known throughout the racing community for more than 2 decades of success.
Amos Johnson, as you well know, gets a lot of mileage out of his race cars, and when he sells them, chances are 3 or 4 other young drivers will become budding superstars in them.
Well, he and his teammate, Dennis Shaw, Team Highball out of Raleigh, North Carolina, been around in this business for over 20 years, and they put some really immaculately prepared race cars out on IMSA circuits around the nation, and really represent the best in this kind of sport as far as the way they approach their competition.
Even the IMSA press room guys refer to Amos Johnson as Mr. IMSA.
Amos Johnson and the team are often seen on national television, and the team's sponsors have successfully used Highball and its drivers in national print ads. The popularity of auto racing continues to grow. More fans crowd the race courses. More racing is being televised. And Team Highball is racing into the 90s with exciting new plans. Consider beginning your racing career with Team Highball.